G'day, today we're going to have a look at level 40 in the Ruby DLC of Train Valley 2. This one's called Hyper Claus. We've got 24 minutes. We can't reverse trains, we can't destroy track tiles. So this one is hard. This one, strategy-wise, is a real pain to try and figure out. I've wasted plenty of time trying to do this one. So what we need to do is we need to have presents, toys, and bears all arrived here. You can see this guy only has one person, and he's about $50,000 away from being connected to anything else. So we've got to work off people. People cost us 4,000. We've got 4-seater trains, which to me says that you should upgrade this train straight away. But I've been failing on that strategy, so we're going to change things up. This time I am going to just go, let's just operate with one and not upgrade anything. Let's not make money off our original trains for a little bit. So that's C. So the other annoying thing about the way that these guys work is that you can see these tunnels up here. As this guy goes through to C, he doesn't follow a track that ends him up at C. And so we've got C in the top left, B in the top left, and then we've got D bottom right and A in the middle. But you can see, you'll watch, he just sort of bounces over there. Now the problem with that is that if you've got two trains running at the normal sort of distance you would have two trains behind each other, the second train will go, whoa, 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 someone's already there. Turn around and sort of just turn around in the tunnel. Meaning that you've got guys just turning around, causing crashes, can't reverse trains, so it's all sorts of fun. So that's 8, that's 12, this guy is 16, this guy's 20. So that's our first lot of guys all in. What we'll do is connect this guy. And while we're waiting for that wood to be made, we are going to send these guys through to D. So we're only operating in the ones that require 20 of something. What we'd like to do is upgrade all 3 of our trains in one go. Hopefully I haven't sent that guy too early, so I'm just going to slow him down. These guys will be worth 10,000 each. Or they'll be worth 2,000 per delivery each, I guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade the first of our trains. Because then I can send 5, so we're going to make $1,000 off this first delivery. Now what I'm going to do is start sending these guys. I've just got to be a little bit more hypersensitive that I've got that 5-seater guy. Make sure that we don't have him run into the back of anyone else. So we need to send from C to D here, and you can see with this setup, it's not easily possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this guy turn and head into the teddy bears. When he arrives at the teddy bears, he'll say like, oh wait, sorry, this isn't where I'm meant to be. And he'll turn around and go back the other way. So that's how we reverse trains without being allowed to reverse trains. They're waiting these guys to move on. What I'm going to do is connect this guy down here. And with our 5-seater train, I'll start sending guys over there. Because what we can do is we don't need to use the 4-seaters to operate over that way. What we'll do is once we've got, say, this guy arrived, we'll send the next one, but we'll just use the bears. That's our way of sending those guys across. We'll just give this guy a little bit more of a lead before we send the next lot down here. 5-seaters arrived, so we'll send our next lot of workers that way. Guy's done his turnaround. What we'll do is we'll upgrade this guy, and we'll send him to the natural rubber, and we'll just use the one 4-seater train to move those last 2 lots because we're having to do that double back. There's no real efficient way of getting him to go there anyway, so let's just take it slow. Okay, so that's our last of the trains that we need to send to rubber. Turn that guy up. So where do we want to send people to next? We already did all the guys to here, so that's all set. Let's just send a 5-seater train to do those last lot. I mean, it'll be slightly faster. He's far enough back, he's not going to catch up to that guy. Just to give this guy a job, let's send him down to put some guys in there. Gonna have to do it eventually, so we may as well get it done now. That one around. Okay, we can afford to upgrade that guy, but you can see that we've got sort of no money outside of that, so it would mean I could send him, I just couldn't send him with any passengers or anything. So the next thing that we want to do is we're going to connect this guy, just because he's nice and close. Wait for this guy to come on in. Do have a 5-seater train. I'll save the 5-seater train for this job. So we'll send the 5-seater guy up and around there. Oh, we can send these guys a lot quicker, so I may as well just sit on them. Unlike everyone else who needs that big space between them, these guys can just go. I won't worry about sending the 4-seater. Or can I? Oh, maybe I will, because they can sort of just do it themselves. The 4-seater should be able to just continue on with that without incident. Okay, let's send this guy. And we'll just make that as our loop. Okay, so now what we can do is use our... Well, that's our 4-seaters, the next guy. So once that 5-seater arrives, we will send people over to... No, we won't. We will send rubber over. So rubber's going to be worth more, so we may as well get that delivered first, because then we can spend money on other things. So that's another 5-seater train, so we're going to use him for this job. That guy can actually become a 5-seater train in a moment as well. But I'm going to hold off still, I think. Let's do it. He'll finish off this job, but means he'll just do a second job that's incredibly short. But once we hit 60,000, then we can have 4th train. It's big. But the other thing that we really need to do is get sand connected. Send the rubber first, because the rubber's worth more money than the little amount we'll get for that paper. But I'd say there's 30,000 more that we're going to get here, so I would say that that's enough that we can buy our next train and get that one paper going. So the next thing on the agenda is sand to, well, workers to the sand. We also want guys to the rubber as well. We also need guys to the bears. So let's just quickly get guys to the bears while we're waiting for this rubber to move through. So basically we need enough money to get to the sand. I've sent him the wrong way. So guess what? You're going to rob it, fellas. Or else we don't have to... Okay, pause for a second. Pause you for a second. There we go. The perfect example of two guys going too soon to each other. That they are. The second one turns around. So let's just try and get these guys all delivered there as quick as possible. Great. Okay, now sand. We'll run... actually, I'm going to run this way. I think this is the more efficient way to get sand going. So, once this guy gets through, he's our 25. So then we're sending this guy through to D. Let's double check to make sure they're going to end up where we want them. Just hope that they have a big enough gap between them that they don't turn around. That's 4. That's the one painful thing here is we currently only have 4 trains. Okay, as that guy goes, what we're going to do is get our first 10 electricity operating so we can get our first 10 bears made. $20, $25, cool. So that's our 25 guys there. We've got 10 guys now heading towards electricity. We want 20 more guys heading towards the glue. And getting a 5th train at this point is very important as well, but at the moment you can see we are just shifting workers, so we don't really have that much in the way of like money we're about to make. Alright, so that's our 20 guys down here. And cut through the forest, save a little bit of money. And we can now send these guys through to C. So that's 5 trains worth of guys we need to get down there. It's 3. 4. 5. As he starts to pass back the other way and clears out of that, we'll then start to send our glue as a big money item that is too tricky to get to where we need it to be. Just needs to swing through this into A and then up that way. It's taking its time, so we'll refrain from sending any more from him. And what we'll do is we'll send our 10 teddy bears this way. Basically, those 4 trains arriving should give us enough money that we can then afford to have a 5th train return this sand. Although that's actually not the... Then got the problem of the CD thing up here. So, what we're actually going to do is build this tunnel here. Connect that like that. First order of business for this is that we get more of this glue out. Which hopefully should give us the funds to have that 5th train. We also send one guy across here to make the 20 that we need for that again, so he's covered. Also need 20 guys up here, but priority now is let's get some sand made, and so we're going to send the sand this way, and this will be enough that we can have a 5th train at the end of the line. So we turn that, they'll go into A, they then need to come out C, and they'll end up over there. Just make sure we put our spacing right. It's 4, and there's 5. Just double check, so A through to C. As they pass through, I'll send this last glue over here. Then what we're going to do is start delivering people. So we want our next 10 bears made. So we'll send 10 guys down to do the electricity first. Then next send these guys through to D. Just make sure we've got that all right. D. And what I'm going to do is I'm send these guys quicker and I'm going to interchange them. So that guy goes to D, this guy goes to A, and we'll just make sure that he goes that way. And we turn this guy so he goes to D. This guy goes to A. So he's number 15 for D. This guy already had 5, so he's 20 for A. So both of them now just need one more. Alright, that's all of those guys delivered. The next thing that we can do is we can just build this bridge. And whip it. Nice clean angles as possible. Done there. Okay, as those guys pass through, we can then start to send another lot of bears behind him. And we can start to send these guys as well. So they have to flip through C back to A. These guys are going to D, so they're not even impacting each other. So as this last lot of glass goes through, we'll send some more workers behind it to get the electricity back on. So I assume it'll be dead by the time they get through. Alright, we send these guys through to the presence. It's the last lot of things needed over there. Start to send our electricity guys. Send these guys. I'm just going to make sure we turn that. Alright, so that's our last lot of those guys on their way. As they pass through, send one more lot of people behind them. Slow him down because I think they might be too close. Actually, we can probably send 2 lots, so we'll send him and then that guy. Send them both that way. And then we can start to send presents. And similar to the sand, we'll send them around this way. They have to go through A. turn, go into C, and then go straight. Now, this is also a tricky bit because we've only got 5 trains. So there's only, like, these are pretty long runs these guys have got to go. Now, luckily, we're looking really good at the moment, and we've got 5 minutes to get this done, and we've only need 5 more guys manufactured. So we're looking very, very good at the moment. So I think the key to success here is that you've got to do the wood with the 4-seater trains first. I think I was probably doing wrong for the longest time. I was trying to just jump straight to the 5-seater train so I was making money. Okay, so now we've got to wait to have the trains available. And these guys we want to straighten up so that they're facing. Just got to wait for these guys to clear. And that should be it. Finally. See the back of that end with comfortable time that time. Real time killed it. Game time, ordinary funds. Good to see I'm just like everybody else. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.